Okay, for this video I'm going to talk about perhaps the most powerful feature of ACGTuate is the ability to define your own pipeline services. Say you're a researcher and you have some algorithms running on your computer that do some novel sequence analysis, and you want to share that with somebody else. It doesn't matter where they are, they can be anywhere on the internet. Well, we allow you to do that. Actually, with ACGTuate you can do that. And furthermore, the service will run on your computer and you don't need a web server running. We have a special server that uses a polling technique to grab requests and to feed them to your algorithm and then to write the results back to whoever's executing the pipeline. So there's really two parts to defining a service, and I'll go into those in short order. The first part is to define the UI part of the service, and that's done here in my pipeline services. And the second part is to wrap your algorithm so that our server that runs on your computer can access it. And it's a very simple protocol. It's similar to writing a Hello World program. Our server polls for requests from other users that have integrated your service into their pipeline, and it calls a command on your computer, and it passes it the parameters just as normal input parameters from, as if they were passed in on a command line. And the output from your service gets written to stdout. So it's easy for you to do it. All you have to do is wrap your service in a command. Usually that's how it will be presented anyway. That's how you have it on your computer. You'll probably have a command that you execute. In that case, the only thing you need to do is accept the parameters that we give you and use those as input to your algorithm. So we make it very easy for you to define new services and to run them. You can run them on your computer, and you don't have to ship software. You don't have to make. The only changes you have to make to your algorithm are things that maybe some changes in the way you get parameters from the command line. But that's it. You can write whatever data you want as output, and whoever's using your service will see that. They'll be able to get access to that output. And I'll get into exactly how to do this in a minute. I just want to explain, in this video, I just want to explain a little bit about why the feature is so powerful. And I'm trying to keep these videos down to under 5 minutes each. But basically there's two parts. You go to My Pipeline Services to define the UI node. This is what will get dragged from the community toolbox. And then you have to do a little bit of coding to accept the command line parameters that we pass in and to write the output to stdout. And one other feature I'll mention just before closing this video out is you can also define views, and that's a little bit more involved because you have to do it with XAML and Silverlight. We use Silverlight for the UI, and we allow you to define a view for your data. The default is to just display the data that the text data that you write to the output. But you can write a viewer that uses the full power of Silverlight to create a very sophisticated view of that data, and that's another powerful feature. So I'm just going to close this video out now and look at the next two in this series to see how to do these pipeline services.